Are you tired of that little pause you take when you're trying to complete a sentence in Espanol and you rack your brain about whether you should use a, en, or de to finish the sentence off? If so, you're not alone. Those three words pack a powerful punch, and today I'm going to show you a stress-free way of how to remember when to use a, en, or de con confianza. Even if you're a day one beginner, doesn't matter. I got you covered. Let's get into it. Bueno, primeramente estamos hablando de la palabra a en español. Sí, es verdad. A es una palabra en español. And it does not mean a like you would think it does in English. Hola, soy Profe Don Omar, and I've helped thousands of students and adults go from hola to conversaciones reales en español over the last 24 years as a Spanish teacher. Check this out. This is how we're going to master it. I want you to think of the word a like an arrow. An arrow points in a direction, ¿verdad? As if you're going towards a destination, right? La palabra a es muy similar a las palabras to, toward, or at en inglés. Entonces tenemos tres ejemplos con la palabra a. Por ejemplo, voy a la oficina. I'm going to the office. Y también podemos decir, llamo al doctor por la mañana. I'm going to call or I will call the doctor in the morning. Y también podemos decir, llamo a la doctora por la mañana if we're talking about a female doctor or a male doctor. Just depends. Al doctor para un hombre, a la doctora para una hembra o una mujer. Y el último ejemplo tenemos, él va a correr esa tarde. He's going to run this afternoon. He's moving towards the action of running. In a nutshell, we've got the reasons why, las razones que necesitamos usar a, to, toward, or at. Bueno, dime un ejemplo. Usa la palabra a en una oración. Por ejemplo, yo voy a decir, voy al baño. Con permiso. ¿Y tú qué vas a decir? Dime en los comentarios. Now, let's jump from a la palabra en español. So up next we have the word en. Y con la palabra en, I want you to think about it as a box. By doing this, whatever you're talking about is inside or on the box. In other words, it's not moving. In English, your idea is going to be in, on, or at. Por ejemplo, estoy en casa. El libro está en la mesa. Vivo en Colombia. Notice how nothing is actually moving. It's at a set location. A ti te toca. Point to your chair and say, estoy en la silla. Easy, right? Fácil, ¿verdad? Bueno. So before we continue, I want to make sure that you really understand cuando usamos a o la palabra en, because those can be confusing, especially when we're dealing with the word at, when we think about the words in English. So let's take a look at this chart right here where we break it down even further so that you can understand it. So if you're moving towards a spot, vamos a usar a. Por ejemplo, voy a la escuela. I'm going to school. I'm headed in that direction. Pero if you are staying in a spot or a location, por ejemplo, estoy en la escuela. Remember, moving towards, arrow, in something or at something, box, right? We're putting it in the box. And those are the two examples that we can use based on this chart right here. If you need to dive in deeper, let's take a look at something really quickly here. You can ask yourself, are we traveling to a spot, or am I traveling to a spot, or am I already at the spot? Por ejemplo, te veo a la cafetería. Estoy en la cafetería. And here are two additional things that you need to think about when it comes to using the word a. When we're talking about telling time and we want to say something is at a certain time, we've got the clock is moving. The clock is moving to that time frame. And so think about direction towards something. So if we say something like, nos vemos a las 5, we'll see each other at 5. Maybe it's 11 o'clock in the morning. Maybe it's 2 in the afternoon, but the clock is going to move to 5. And that's why tenemos que usar a. Other example, let's think about it from a concept of if you are at a function, an event of some sort. Remember, you had to go to the event in order to be at the event. Don't want to beat the dead horse here, pero Estuve a un concierto anoche. I was at a concert last night. Estuve a un concierto anoche. So remember, you had to go there. Okay, just want to make sure you're understanding moving towards something or staying or already located in something. That's the difference between the two. And so make sure you understand we changed the verb in our two statements. Te veo a la cafetería. I will see you at the cafeteria, right? The verb that's our first verb. Te veo a la cafetería. I will see you at the cafeteria, or I will see you in the cafeteria. Whichever way, tomato, tomato. But the concept is you got to go to the cafeteria to see the person. Otro ejemplo. Estoy en la cafetería. That's where I'm located, right? And the verb tells us that I am, like it's location. I am in the cafeteria. We just changed the verb up. Now it tells us, oh, you can use this particular preposition or the word a or en. If you need another breakdown, think of it like this. Going, a. Already there, en. Trying to lay down anything that can help you possibly understand when to use a or en. Pero vamos a practicar ahora. Let's practice right now. I'm going to give you 4 sentences. I want you to fill in the blank with whether you're going to use a or en. Put your answers in the comment section below, and I will respond with a score of how many you got correct out of the 4. Mira, número 1. Mañana estudiamos la biblioteca. Número 2. Ahora mismo estoy la biblioteca. Número 3. La reunión es las 3. Número 4, te veo la fiesta esta noche. All right, get your answers together, put them in the comments, and we'll give you your score. If you're gaining value from today's video, be sure to give it a like and make sure to share it out with someone that you know that is trying to become a better Spanish speaker in Español. Now, let's get back to the rest of the video. Quiero que veas la palabra de como un enlace. I want you to look at the word de as a link. Think about it like this. De es una palabra que conecta ideas. De is like a word that connects ideas. Para nosotros en inglés, de shows us where something comes from, belongs, to keep it simple, we're going to say about. Of, from, about. Por ejemplo, soy de México. La casa de Juan. Una clase de español. We're giving the category of the type of class. Not super important, but you understand that de can be comes from something, belongs to something, or about something. Notice how each of those examples we talk about from something. Por ejemplo, soy de México. We're talking about origin or where I'm from, right? La casa de Juan. The house of Juan. In inglés, vamos a decir Juan's house. Pero a lesson inside of a lesson, there's no such thing as an apostrophe S in Espanol. But you understand that de can be, comes from something, belongs to something, or about something. Entonces a ti te toca. I want you to hold up a book like como esa. Hold up a book and say, este es el libro de Ana. Es fácil, ¿verdad? Excelente. So let's recap real quick just to make sure you've got this. Let's take a look at this chart right here. Las preposiciones a, en, or de. Con la palabra a, it's movement, an arrow, right? To, at, or toward an object or an item. Por ejemplo, voy a la tienda. I'm going to the store, or I'm going towards the store, right? Think of it like that. Mira, arrow, box, link. Así es. I always like to leave you with a Profe Power Tip, and today's Profe Power Tip is this. If you're ever stuck on when to use a, en, or de to complete your thought in a sentence, always think about the questions where it is, where it's going, where it's from, or who owns it. Now, I know you're looking at the word en. Will trip you up that the word en can actually mean at in English. And it can also, a can also be at, but think about it like this. We're going to use en when we are in a location and nothing is moving. Estoy en casa. I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. If you're gaining value from today's video, be sure to give it a like and make sure to share it out with someone that you know that is trying to become a better Spanish speaker in Español. Now, let's get back to the rest of the video. If these are the type of quick notes that you need and you need quick tutorials, I do these weekly in my private community of Speak Spanish Now on Demand. And you can check the link in the description below so that you can join us if you are ready to become a more confident Spanish speaker. Vamos. Although those are 4 questions, they will help you solve 90% of the issues when you're dealing with a, en, or de in Espanol. And so now that you've mastered those 3 words in Espanol, I want you to check out this video right here where I show you how to avoid the 7 most common mistakes by Spanish learners. And I'll see you over there. Soy Profe Don Omar, your guide to how to speak Spanish now. Nos vemos.